Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, Sigval here, welcome back to our video. So in this one we're going to talk about the history of the Injustice Mobile anniversary. I have kind of a series on this, and when it comes to an upcoming Injustice Mobile event that could consist in a sale or something like that, I'm going to talk about what happened in the previous years. Though, again, don't blame me if nothing happens this year or something bad happens this year, like worse than the previous videos in the previous years, because that has happened in the past. I have no idea what will happen this year, but I can tell you what happened in the previous years. So if that's what you're looking for, we're going to take a look at that thing. Okay, so first of all, in 2018, there was not too much happening. All I found was this splash art and a giveaway that they did on Twitter for free gems. And at the same time, there is a strong possibility there was also an in-game sale as far as gems go. But that's all the information I was able to dig up on 2018. Now let's move on to 2019. In 2019, I wasn't able to find much either. We had, first of all, this thing, which was kind of to celebrate the Darkseid release, which was the second legendary character put in the game, and I think that's also the point where they released the Darkseid and Arkham Knight Batman Platinum chest. That's not too relevant, because nowadays you don't even see that chest in the first place, and we got, generally speaking, much better chests. And we also had some daily rewards. The daily rewards were not great, and we're definitely seeing an improvement in terms of that nowadays, to the point where we're getting better stuff. But yeah, whatever was given here, it was just garbage. Like, look at those 3 Reforgers here. Nah, this is not something. I mean, it's something to look forward to, because every single time they give daily rewards, and as we are going to go over the years, we're going to see some calendar being put out, and we're also gonna talk about that. But it's definitely going to be better than this. In 2019, we got the Multiverse Arena seasons, where they put out a season of all the Multiverse characters, and I think also Mythic Wonder Woman. And that's great, but not really, because this is the point where it started to be a kind of anniversary exclusive to even see Multiverse Armor Supergirl. And we're most likely gonna get Multiverse Armored Supergirl Arena season this year as well. Also, the Multiverse Armored Supergirl Arena season is something that I'm gonna stop mentioning from now on, but it happened every year since this year. But this is where they kind of started a trend to keep her as anniversary exclusive Arena season, and that kind of sucks, because while she's not the best character anymore, she's far from being in the top 10 story teams. She could be an amazing character for new players to use in Arena and Champions Arena, but they kind of took that away with the exclusivity of this character for the anniversary. But hey, the anniversary is coming, so you can look forward to getting yourself a Multiverse Armored Supergirl in the Arena season. Next up, we had a couple of things here with some bundles, and with this thing, nothing you see here was good at that point, and it's even worse now in terms of the bundles, because back then they sold some bundles that gave you a good amount of gems, let's say. I mean, no amount of gems is really good in those chests, because you're just gonna spend them on chests in the game and get bad rewards. However, they're even worse now, because and they did this last year, we're gonna talk about that a bit later, but those bundles over here are literally a slap in the face to the people who don't live in countries that have good Tapjoy offers. Like, for sure I'm gonna pay $100 for 21k gems, while a person who lives in the United States can just press the Tapjoy button and pay with $100, get around 200,000 gems. For sure, that's a good deal for me. And yet again, no hate for people who are getting very good Tapjoy rewards. I'm happy for you, but I'm kind of sad for the rest of us at the same time. Other than this, we had some legendary chests in the store, which was a 1% chance for kind of all the legendary characters released up until that point. And by today's standards, that is not great. But back then, it was pretty good, actually. You wouldn't see 1% chance for each legendary that often. I also had the anniversary gear material chest, which had some gear materials and reforges. With those things, I'm not gonna really go in depth with each one of them, because every anniversary gear material chest is different than the other, and at the end of the day, it's kind of a simple matter. If you're a new player, you might get a decent benefit out of it, but once you start grinding the soul rates, gear materials and reforges are no longer a currency you want to spend gems on. And that was about it. Let's move on to the next year. In 2021, yet again some gear material bundles, which had guarantee to get some reforges and some materials. So yet again, not worth talking about in depth, because it's gonna be different this year. Those are the chances for it. And we had some random bundles. Those are gamble bundles. Don't go for these. This was absolute garbage. This was absolute garbage. I mean, you could buy only 3. I guess that's for the better, because some people would have gambled on this far more than they should. You would pay $50, which is half the price for one 4-star legendary character, which is $100. And you're basically getting half a discount in exchange for getting a random legendary character. Now, out of this selection, the only thing that you could argue it's worth $50 would be Raven and maybe Manta. So you would gamble with very bad odds only to get half a discount, while for $50 you could just get a 3-star Raven or a 3-star Manta, and you would be far better off and far safer in that regard. So this was absolute garbage. I did not like it at all. We had yet again this bundle. Gems are not really, and reforges and stuff like this are not really something you should be spending money on. What you should be spending money on is things that you cannot get in the game, like soul raid artifacts, like artifact reforges. I mean, you can in theory get artifact reforges in the game, but they're kind of very, very rare to find. So those things are definitely not worth real money anymore, and they barely ever were. And then, oh, there's my face from the video. Oh boy, I had a nice cut over there. But yeah, then we had the kind of daily rewards. Yet again, it's gonna be kind of the same thing with daily rewards. Every single year we're going to get something, but more on that a bit later. Another quick mention, I'm recording this post-recording the whole video, but I forgot about this. This was 2022, where we had a sale on those things here. Quick going over them. Fem Force Chest is garbage. This is garbage because even though it's on sale, it's the one with low chances to get League of Arcane characters, the one with only 2% each. And this thing was decent for new players, but I forgot to put it, so I'm just gonna leave it here. Okay, so now 2022, the most recent anniversary, we got a pass which had some gems in it, also had some of those green reforges in it, and had a random artifact in it. They put it as a pass, though I don't think they'll put it as a pass anymore, but as a login calendar, because they implemented that feature in the game since this. But we got around 1000 gems, we got some of those green reforges, and we got a random artifact. For most people it was garbage, but it had chance to be a pay-to-win artifact, so that's something, I guess. I mean, look, getting one chance to get a pay-to-win artifact each year is really not a way to say they are free to play, no longer pay to win, but it's better than nothing in that regard. Yet again, we get some geared material chests. Not gonna go too in depth about it because it changes every year, as you have seen so far. And we got the Legends of Injustice chest, which had some random chances for some random legendary characters. I think kind of all legendary characters in the game, except for the most recent release at that point, which might have been Zatanna or Batman Collapse. And if you combined everything, you had a very, very high chance to get the legendary character. I think it was around an 80% chance or something like that. And look, if you're like collecting, if you wanted to catch them all and max them all out, this chest was pretty good. But if you wanted to get only the good legendary characters, this chest was not great, because you are still better off going for them separately in the chests where they have the higher chances to drop. So a bit of a weird chest. And we got those things yet again, which are garbage and not worth money. And we also got this, yet again, the random 4-star legendary character. To be fair, the selection is a bit better than it was in the previous year. We got those 3 guys here in the back, or those 2 guys in the gal, which are bad, and we got those 4 guys, which are pretty good. Those still wouldn't buy it, still would go for a guaranteed 3-star rather than a random 4-star. Oh, never mind. Hold on. Let's make some calculations here. No, I think it was 100. No, it wasn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 of them. So if you multiply 6 by 7, no, it was not a 100% chance to even get a legendary. Or maybe it was every single legendary in the game. Yeah, because Enchantress is not appearing here. So yeah, every single legendary in the game was in this bundle, and you had the chance to get one at random. 1000% not worth it, because yet again, you paid the same amount to get the legendary of your choice, but at 3-star instead of 4 stars. That was about it for the last year. Also, yeah, that's about it. And that's about it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Like the video if you liked it, dislike if you disliked it. I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.